I wanted to get at this for a little bit, and it's some news that dropped today. Clemson linebacker Mike Jones decided to transfer to LSU. Mike Jones was crucial.
Who? Hey, do you know the number? You want to give him the number, bro? I'm sorry.
Oh
you walked right into it.
Oh
you walked right into it.
I did.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to screw up the news report.
281-330-8004.
There you go. Say it with your chest. All right, go ahead. Go ahead and give him the news, RJ.
See, everybody should understand why that man has Mike Jones Jr. tacked on his name. Oh, my God. All right. So the man chose transfer to LSU. And he did it the same day that Brian Thomas announced his commitment to LSU. That was Tuesday. So who is Mike Jones was a linchpin for the Clemson defense. So much so that I and I think a couple other very smart college football people weren't talking about Trevor Lawrence being out for the Notre Dame game because we knew what it was going to be with DJ Uiagalelei, right? And I was telling people, you ain't got to worry about DJ. I wrote about him because I was asked about him, but I was like, you ain't got to worry about DJ. DJ going to be there. He went for 439.
DJ was good enough to win last year, honestly.
Right, 439, 2 TDs against Notre Dame, okay? Mm-hmm. No matter what you think about Notre Dame, made the playoff, right? And
put up 40-something on the board.
Right, and got a W against the number 1 team in the country. But on defense, they were without a defensive tackle and 2 starters in the linebacker. One of them was Mike Jones. The other one was James Skalski. So Mike Jones, knowing that Barrett Carter and them is coming in, knowing that the Venables are taking over the linebacker position.
The Venables, yes.
I mean, that's what it is.
It is what it is. No, I'm with you.
Decides to transfer to LSU, and I think that's interesting because Jabril Cox made that same decision to transfer from North Dakota State to LSU last year as a grad transfer. What do we expect LSU's defense to look like? Because for the sake of this discussion, on February 10th, Eli Ricks is playing in their secondary. Okay?
That was going to be my very first question to you.
Right. Derek Stingley Jr. is playing in their secondary. Okay? Cordell Flott is back. They're adding to that. You're going to have a new defensive scheme, and you don't know what you're going to get out of this coordinator in Durante Jones just because nobody's seen it, right? Nobody's seen it.
Sure.
How big a deal do you expect a dude like Mike Jones to be for for LSU?
For LSU.
In 2021.
Well, I mean, just meshing, like you said, with the back end, I think they're going to be straight back there. It's just more so what's in front of them because Jabril Cox, as good as he was in coverage, he struggled against the run a little bit, and that's kind of hurt his NFL. Now he's still going to go probably top 3 rounds, I'd say, without looking at any mocks or anything, just off my eye. But guys like Mike Jones who are coming in there in a new scheme, it is a large unknown, RJ. I think you're spot on with that, but it's got to be better than what they were getting under Mr. Pelini last year.
Got fired before the year was out. That man didn't. I think he had like a John L. Smith type tenure. Like I think he might have lasted like 8 months. Like
he was like the Simpsons meme where the guy comes in, hangs his coat, picks it back up, and leaves. That's what he was.
But you know what? He put on the ski mask and hit him with the stick up. Put the money in the bag. Like they had to pay him the full amount of his buyout by January 31st. Put the money in the bag.
Oh, shout out to the agent.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Like the ski mask way. You know what I'm saying?
Bag secured.
Showed up, robbed him, and left. Like,
we got to start showing more love to these agents. We didn't even mention the other side. Like Scott Linehan came over there and got a bag too when he shouldn't have.
Golly, right? And
why'd they hire him?
And I think he's on as offensive coordinator for Urban at Jacksonville.
Really? I don't even know the staff like that. I know he got Charlie Strong over there.
And Ash is over there.
And
right?
Ash, yeah.
But I swear I read this. I got to look this up since we on, right? Because somebody going to get in the comments be like, you were wrong about Scott Linehan. Be like, all right, cool. Let me see Scott Linehan. St. Louis
Is Scott Linehan going to be calling plays for Trevor Lawrence next year?
I think that's what it is. He was a candidate for the Jaguars job. Let's see if he got it. Let me see. Nah, all I got is a candidate. Let me see who their offensive coordinator is. Because like, I remember reading that. I was going, wait, what? Urban, you going to do what? Don't do that. Like, we are, like, because I was out on the Scott Linehan hire at the jump, and LSU fans tried to show up and tell me I was wrong. They don't ever want to show up and tell me when I'm right. They told me they was going to catch 5 losses, too. They didn't want to show up then neither.
They were on their high. So while you're looking that up, I want to speak to that, too. Because I said the same thing. Darrell Bevel?
Yeah, he's the offense coordinator. Go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah, they were on their high horse last year. I'm like, okay, you guys lost a gajillion people to the NFL. No, so-and-so. Yes, that was a 5-star. Like, there's a ramp period, especially during COVID with new coordinators. And they're just going to act like, well, you know, Joe Brady was just a piece of it. Joe Burrow was just a piece of it. Like, how many people are you guys going to discount before you realize it has an impact on your football team? Oh, man, they skipped out on an ass whooping from us not coming to Death Valley.
Hey, look. The only time that it hasn't mattered is at Alabama. Like, that man lost 15 analysts and assistants combined, and we're not flinching. Because one, it hasn't mattered, and 2, he replaced Kyle Flood, who was a former college football head coach, with friggin' Doug Marrone, a former NFL head coach. He replaced his offensive coordinator with Bill O'Brien, who is trash at running NFL franchises. Garbage. Garbage is going to be sure that they lose the best player they have ever had in Deshaun Watson. Yes, I'm including J.J. Watt in that assessment. Fight me. But Bill O'Brien set a match to that and blew it up, right? Like the little kid staring at the camera as the house on fire. He's the offensive coordinator over there. Like, he's going to get dudes. Like Robert Gillespie from North Carolina. Shout out Robert Gillespie, who played at Hattiesburg High, which was across the street from where I played Dixie Youth baseball and where my mom's and my big cousin Rico went to school. Like, I'm all familiar with the Hattiesburg High School Tigers, and I watched him in 97 become a super prep All-American. Shout out Robert Gillespie. You on.
Shouts.
Appreciate you for getting Hattiesburg in there, Tuscaloosa. Now, do something about Southern Miss right quick while you at it, because Southern Miss is in a bad way. I need you to go ahead and fix that, because, like, I'm tired of trying to defend Southern Miss in this trash program that they become. Pat Surtain went to Southern Miss. My God. I still.
He's one of those guys, though, with his son, Patrick Surtain Jr., being so nice. Like, that's one of those where it's just like, damn, I'm old. Because, like, I remember, like, trading for him in Madden.
Yeah.
And, him and Sam, Madison, all those guys. Oh, boy.
I called him Shackles.
They were lockup.
You know what I'm saying?
They were straight lockup. I do want to make a quick Bill O'Brien point, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I think you hit it on the head. Like, the people that have been critical of the Bill O'Brien hire for Alabama, first off, you're discounting coaching rehab. Nobody does it better than Nick Saban. When you look at Bill O'Brien, we're just talking about him running an offense and calling plays. We're not talking about all the other stuff, like you said, in terms of, general management and being in an NFL franchise. Because Steve Sarkisian was fired from the Atlanta Falcons before he came back to Alabama. So he also struggled at the NFL level to some degree. And then he came there and flourished at Alabama. I expect Bill O'Brien to keep the party going. You look at, he made people think Christian Hackenberg was good at Penn State.
Oh, Lord.
Isn't that the same Bill O'Brien we talking about?
Hey, man, I was out on Christian Hackenberg.
But he made people think he was good.